Welcome to the first of what will be many videos covering the video content of the YouTuber Verlisify. If you haven't heard of Verlisify before, here's a quick primer. Verlisify, or Verlis for short, is a YouTuber who specializes in making Pokemon related videos. These videos are typically around 10 minutes in length, and cover a wide variety of Pokemon related subjects, such as news, competitive Pokemon builds, and other topics related to Pokemon. Occasionally he'll produce non-Pokemon content, but these are very few and far between, and usually last around 2 videos before the subject is dropped. Since he began his YouTube channel in 2013, he has managed to gain 432,000 subscribers and manages to net an average of 170,000 views per day according to Social Blade. However, while his analytics are promising, his public perception couldn't be worse. Verlis is notorious amongst the Pokemon community for being, pardon my French, an all-around nuisance, with reasons ranging from lying, hypocrisy, clickbait, slander, a lack of knowledge on the topics he covers in his videos, and an inability to take or give criticism, as well as generally being a whiny narcissistic cunt with a chip perpetually glued to his shoulder. As I stated at the beginning of this video, I will be primarily covering Verlis's video content, meaning that most of the juiciest events regarding Verlis will have to be left out, such as when he told someone to drink bleach in a roundabout way. Unless it has to do with the videos of his I'm covering, it will be left out. And with that, let's take a look at some VerlisiLies. So what are we going to cover today? Well, since this is the first video on Verlis's content, I figured we'd start out small by covering the video Secret Arceus event for Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, released on the 27th of January 2018. This video perfectly highlights one of Verlis's greatest flaws, namely his tendency to lie. If you are familiar with Pokemon, then I'm sure you're familiar with how distributions work. Whenever the Pokemon company decides to distribute a Pokemon, they announce it at least a few weeks to a few months ahead of time, so that people are aware of it and will be sure not to miss it. Well, just this year, it was announced that they would be distributing every non-mythical legendary Pokemon over the course of the whole year, one a month, every month, from February until the end of the year. Except for December, which can go fuck itself, I guess. So far the distribution has been somewhat of a clusterfuck, with the box legendaries being released at GameStop, while the rest are released on their shitty website that doesn't fucking work. But I digress. The video opens with Verlis reading over the Pokemon website. Apparently there is something here that greatly interests him that isn't the minigames for children. As an aside, I cannot fathom how a grown-ass man can gush about shitty minigames on a website and not feel immense shame for doing so. So after about 50 seconds of waffle, he begins to read the website section on items related to the legendary Pokemon. He then reads the part that interests him. Quote, as for Arceus, pay attention to Pokemon.com for any updates on how and when you can receive that Pokemon. Now to most people, this would just be a simple message advising you to keep an eye out for any announcements from them should they decide to distribute Arceus. But to Verlisify, this is actually an announcement that they will for sure be distributing Arceus. He then proceeds to do what he usually does in his videos, look at Sarab.net. He goes over the distributions of Arceus in the past for about a minute. Then he wraps the video up with a brief tangent on hacking in Pokemon and how bad it is, which comes right the fuck out of nowhere and has nothing to do with what he was initially talking about. The video ends. So to recap, there's apparently an Arceus event that was announced on the Pokemon website and nobody is covering it. This is what I meant when I said that Verlisify has a tendency to lie. He will make videos about an event that isn't happening and lie to everyone, including his trusting fans. Putting aside the fact that announcing something in such a low-key way would basically guarantee that nobody would be able to receive it. The Pokemon company has never, and will never, announce something this big, in the margins of their website. And as of the making of this video, there has not been any Arceus distribution announced whatsoever. Of course, there could still be an Arceus event announced and distributed by the end of the year. It's entirely possible, but there hasn't been one announced yet, and for him to claim that there is quite a scummy thing to do. I've put a link in the description to his video if you'd like to see his lies for yourself. Just remember to at least put on ad block or download the video, and with that, we're at the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and remember not to fall for his VerlisiLies.